treated as geographical.
Now coming to the introduction to GIS. GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems. According to the USGS, United States Geological Survey, a geographic information system is a computer system that analyzes and displays geographically referenced information. It uses data that is attached to a unique location. Let me provide you a real life example. For example, most of us we are using in right in this current situations, in this current scenario, most of us we are habituated with WhatsApp. If any one of our friend or someone asks to share our location, we are sharing the location basing on WhatsApp. I mean, we are sharing the location using the WhatsApp. Okay, now what we are sharing exactly, we are sharing the latitude and longitude. What are the latitude and longitude? They are they are coordinates, coordinates in the sense x coordinate and y coordinates on this plane surface. Okay, we are sending those latitude and longitude to so and so person with certain accuracy. That means what we have passed to him, you have passed him your current location in terms of latitude and longitude. Now that location can be treated as geographical data because it is having latitude and longitude, it's a coordinates. Okay, now I hope I am clear. So it is clear what is meant by GIS. Again, coming to the elements of GIS, you know there are some elements of earth like air, water, fire, like these are the like these are some elements of the earth. In the same way, there are elements of GIS. Okay, the elements of GIS includes software, people, data, methods, and hardware. Software in terms the platform in which we are going to analyze the data, manipulate the data, visualize the data. Okay, and there are different types of softwares like open source softwares, proprietary softwares, depending upon the license. Okay, coming to the people who develop the software, who is going to utilize the GIS data, who are the end users, who are the stakeholders, and all are these part of the people. Okay, coming to the data. Data is nothing but what type of data we are going to utilize in the GIS domain. Okay, we can deal it. I will deal with this data in further sessions. And coming to the methods to analyze the data, what approach we need to implement to get the required answer to particular question in the GIS environment, which method we need to follow. Those all comes under the methods. Hardware is nothing but the configurations. Okay, certain software works on certain system configuration, they won't work on low end systems. Okay, the same way hardware plays a vital role. Now I hope I am clear. Elements of GIS include software, people, data, methods, and hardware. Now, coming to the spatial data types. Okay, there are two different types. One is vector data, and other one is the raster data. Vector data includes geometry like point, line, and polygon. Okay, all these three comes under vector data. Raster data includes images because images are made up of pixels. Each pixel is having a unique value. Each pixel has its own value. Now, for clear understanding, we have added georeferenced images because we are dealing most of the time with JS environment. Hope I am clear. Spatial data types are of two, one is vector data and other is a raster data. Vector data includes point, line, and polygon. Raster data includes of images, which are the format may be TIFF format, I mean GeoTIFF format, .img format, like those things. Projection. A projection is the means by which you display the coordinate system and your data on a flat surface, such as a piece of paper or a digital screen. Mathematical calculations are used to convert the coordinate system used on the curved surface of the earth to one for a flat surface. What we are going to what we are going to do, see, this is the shape of the earth, the spheroid shape. If anyone asks us to get the area, distance, or length, what we are going to say, it is very difficult to say in terms of degrees. Okay, so for example, come face this situation. Everyone can come up with this situation. Okay, if anyone asks, how far is your office or school from your home, you will say, from my home or from my house, office is at a certain distance of 5 kilometers or 4 kilometers or 3 kilometers. What we are saying here, we are using the metric units, kilometers. Okay, likewise, we will never use to say, 3 degrees 4 minutes, how far. If anyone asks how far is office from your place, we never said, we never say in this way, 3 degrees 45 minutes, like that. So it will be difficult. Okay, so for that reason, we are going to transform this three-dimensional space into a two-dimensional space. Okay, now this is called projection is nothing but transformation of three-dimensional systems to the two-dimensional systems. This includes some mathematical calculations. Okay, and one more thing, we come up with different types of projections: azimuthal projection, conical projection, Mercator projection. And like, these are different types. No projection will give you, every projection will have certain negatives and certain positives. If one projection gives perfect distance, it may not give the perfect area, like that. If some gives shape, some may not give the size, like those scenarios exist. And coming to the GCS stands for geographic coordinate system. PCS stands for projected coordinate system. Always we are trying to convert the GCS to the PCS. We are trying to transform GCS coordinate system to the PCS coordinate system. For example, in GCS we deal with the WGS 1984. WGS stands for World Geodetic Survey. 1984 is the year. And coming to PCS, most of the times we deal with UTM. In PCS, UTM stands for Universal Travel Mercator. Hope I am clear in dealing with. This projection is nothing but transformation of three-dimensional space to a two-dimensional space based on certain mathematical calculations. Okay, and it is of different types. You can transform basing on different projection systems. There are two different categories of projection, like the GCS, geographic coordinate system, and PCS, the projected coordinate system. Okay, now one of the elements of GIS we are going to deal, that is software. Okay, now in this course we are going to use QGIS software. It's an open source cross platform software. Okay, now this is that when we install the QGIS software in our systems, this is the starting screen. Okay, and we can see the main ribbon, and we can browse anything from here. We are going to, when we are going to add data, here these are the layers. Always this is that how the environment of QGIS looks like. And one more thing, in this course, in this session, we are going to know how to install the how to download the QGIS software, how to install the QGIS software, how to read a shapefile of a vector type in this QGIS software, how to find out the coordinate system, I mean, of the particular shapefile, how to, what are the spatial data and what is the non-spatial data from that particular shapefile, and few basic operations on the shapefile we are going to do. And also we are going to know how we are getting to know how to install the plugins in this QGIS environment. Okay, from here in the main ribbon, we are going to click on the plugin tab, and from the plugin we are going to manage and install plugins. From there we are going to install, this window will be popped up. Here we are going to type a search whatever the plugin we are going to need, and we are going to deploy in our environment. Now, these are certain miscellaneous concepts. Previously, we have discussed there is a open source software. This QGIS. Like that, there are certain proprietary commercial softwares like ArcGIS. ArcGIS was developed by ISRI. ISRI stands for Environmental Systems Research Institute. Okay. When we are dealing with the geographic data, it has two components. One is spatial and non-spatial data. Spatial data refers to the shape, size, and location of the feature. Non-spatial data refers to the other attributes associated with the features. Okay, when we are on the practical scenarios, when we are doing it on hands-on, we'll come to know. Few GIS file formats used in this course: .shp, the shapefile; .kml, keyhole markup language; dot netcdf, network command common data form; geojson, JSON format. Okay, all these we are going to use it. In addition to this, we are also going to use some other data types in this session. So in this particular session, we learn about what is GIS, what are the basics of basic elements of the GIS, data types in the GIS, projection systems, what is difference between GCS and PCS, okay, what is an open source software, example of the open source software, and some miscellaneous concepts. And we are going to getting to know about the practical experience of how to install QGIS software, how to download the QGIS software, and how to install the QGIS software, how to read a shapefile, I mean vector data in the QGIS, how to perform few basic operations over the vector data in QGIS. This is what the end of the session. Thank you. And from this, the continuity will be towards installation part of the QGIS and handling the QGIS.